Hello everyone, welcome to Management Accounting class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the remaining profitability ratios. But before we start today's class, let us revise what we have discussed in the previous class. In the previous class, we were discussing about the profitability ratios. As you all know that profitability ratios are the last classification of the ratios. These ratios will help us to understand how efficiently operations of the business organization are carried out, because profitability is an indicator of efficiency with which the operations of the business are performed. So therefore the efficiency level of the business organization will get to know with the help of profitability ratios. And the first profitability ratio is gross profit ratio. Okay, there are several profitability ratios which we are going to study today. The first one is gross profit ratio. Gross profit ratio is the ratio between gross profit to net sales. Okay, and it can be expressed in the form of percentage. This ratio shows the relationship between gross profit and sales, and it is also called as gross margin ratio. And formula to calculate gross profit ratio is gross profit divided by net sales into 100. Okay, how we can find out gross profit? Gross profit is equal to net sales minus cost of goods sold. Okay, so this is the first ratio, that is gross profit ratio. The second one is net profit ratio. Okay, second one is net profit ratio. This is the ratio of net profit to net sales. Okay, net profit ratio indicates relationship between net profit and net sales in terms of percentage. The formula to calculate net profit ratio is net profit after tax divided by net sales into 100. Okay, net profit after tax divided by net sales into 100. Now we know how to find out net profit after tax as well as net sales. Now, interpretation of net profit ratio. Suppose if the net profit ratio is high, then it indicates that profitability of the concern is good. And if the net profit ratio is low, it indicates that profitability of the concern is poor. Okay, so basically this ratio is nothing but relationship between net profit after tax to net sales. Okay, and with the help of this ratio we can understand the what is the profitability position of the firm, whether it is good, poor, sound, etc. Okay, now we'll solve one small problem on net profit ratio which will help us to understand the calculation of this ratio. Okay, this is the problem number 12. From the following information, calculate net profit ratio. Okay, sales rupees 15 lakh, cost of goods sold rupees 9 lakh, office and administration expenses rupees 3 lakh, and provision for taxation is rupees 1,20,000. Okay, so this is the information available with us. With the help of this information we can find out the net profit ratio. Okay, so next line, write the solution. Calculation of net profit ratio. Net profit ratio is equal to net profit after tax divided by net sales into 100. Now check which all information is available. Okay, they have given us the sales, which is nothing but the net sales, because we cannot find here return. So whatever amount of sales is given, that only is the net sales. Okay, so we have net sales, but we need to find out the net profit after tax. Okay, so how we can find out this? So next line, write calculation of net profit. To calculate net profit, it is a usual income statement format. How first we have to take the sales. Okay, then less, here cost of goods sold is given. Okay, so write sales. What is the amount of sales? 15 lakh. Okay, amount of sales is 15 lakh less cost of goods sold. Okay, so right here cost of goods sold. What is the amount of cost of goods sold? It is 9 lakh. So right here 9 lakh. Sales minus cost of goods sold, balance how much here? 6 lakh. 15 lakh minus 9 lakh, balance is 6 lakhs. This 6 lakhs is nothing but gross profit. Okay, 6 lakh is nothing but what? Gross profit. Okay, now after gross profit we need to deduct like other operating and non-operating expenses, and after deducting operating and non-operating expenses, whatever balance remains, that is the net profit. Okay, so now check in the problem which all expenses are given. We have taken net sales, then cost of goods sold is over, next office and administration expenses. Okay, so right here less office and administration expenses. So what is the amount of office and administration expenses? It is 3 lakh. Okay, 3 lakh. Now 6 lakhs minus 3 lakhs. How much is the balance? 3 lakh. Okay, so this is what? Net profit. Okay. Now here they have given provision for tax, so we assume that it is the tax for the year. Okay, so net profit before tax. Okay, net profit before tax how much? 3 lakh. Okay, next line, less tax. What is the amount of tax? Here 1,20,000. Okay, so right here 1,20,000. Okay, so 3 lakh minus 1,20,000, balance is how much? 1,80,000. Okay, balance is how much? 1,80,000. This balance is nothing but what? Net profit after tax. Okay, so this balance is nothing but what? Net profit after tax. So right here net profit after tax. Okay, so how much is the amount of net profit after tax? 1,80,000. Okay, now here you can check, we got both the amount. Okay, net sales as well as net profit after tax. Now put both the values into the formula. Okay, now what is the formula? Net profit ratio is equal to net profit after tax. Now what is the amount of net profit after tax? 1,80,000. Okay, divided by net sales how much? 15 lakh. Okay, net sales how much? 15 lakh. So 1,80,000 divided by 15 lakh into 100 is equal to how much percentage? 12%. Okay, so right here next line 12%. Okay, I hope you understood the calculation. Okay, so 1,80,000 is what? Net profit after tax. Okay, and what is the amount of net sales? 15 lakh. So 1,80,000 divided by 15 lakh into 100 is equal to 12%. Okay, so the net profit ratio is 12%. Now this is the second profitability ratio. Third one is operating cost ratio. Okay, third ratio is operating cost ratio. Operating cost ratio is the ratio of operating cost to net sales. Okay, operating cost to net sales. It indicates whether the cost component in the sales is higher or low. Okay, which means that whether the firm is able to control the expenses cost or no. This information we will understand with the help of, or we will get to know with the help of operating cost ratio. Okay, the formula of operating cost ratio is operating cost divided by net sales into 100. Okay, and operating cost includes cost of goods sold plus all the operating expenses. Okay, now first we'll see how to calculate cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock add purchases add all direct expenses deduct or less closing stock, whatever balance remains, that is cost of goods sold. Okay, whereas operating expenses equal to administration expenses plus selling expenses. Okay, and together it is called as operating cost. COGS plus operating expenses is equal to operating cost. So operating cost divided by net sales into 100, if you do, we will get the operating cost ratio. Okay, here one important point we need to keep in mind: financial charges like interest, provision for tax, loss on sale of fixed assets, etc. are excluded from operating expenses. Okay, they are the non-operating expenses. No need of like giving the separate note, but you should not get confused. So I have mentioned over here provision for taxation, loss on sale of fixed asset, all these are non-operating expenses. Even in that case, interest. Okay, so all these expenses will not included in operating expenses. Okay, the interpretation of operating expenses is that operating cost ratio is, suppose if the ratio is low, then it is an indication of the efficiency of the business. Now when the ratio will be low, when there will be less operating cost, and if there is less operating cost, it indicates that in efficiency of the business firm. With the help of efficiency level of their work, they would able to control the operating cost. Okay, therefore let me repeat interpretation once again. A low operating ratio is an indication of efficiency of the business. Okay, whereas a high operating ratio is an indication of the operating inefficiency of the business, which means that the firm is not able to control the operating cost, and therefore the operating expenses or operating cost is huge, and it is an indication of inefficiency of the business firm. Okay, so to check the efficiency level, we can use this operating cost ratio. Okay, now operating expenses are nothing but the expenses which is incurred for operating activities of a business organization. So in the operating activities includes sales as well as like administration work. So that is why operating expenses and COGS will consider as operating cost of the firm. Okay, so the ratio between operating cost to net sales will gives us the information about the operating cost ratio. Okay, I hope you understood operating cost ratio. Okay, one small problem will solve on this operating cost ratio. Problem number 13. Calculate operating cost ratio from the following information. Okay, they have given us net sales, cost of goods sold, administrative expenses, selling expenses, interest on debentures and income tax. Okay, so next line write solution, calculation of operating cost ratio. What is the formula of operating cost ratio? Operating cost ratio is equal to operating cost divided by net sales into 100. Okay, and how we calculate operating cost? So next line, right? Operating cost is equal to, now you cannot find like exact amount of operating cost, we need to calculate it. Okay, so right, operating cost is equal to COGS, cost of goods sold, plus operating expenses. Okay, plus operating expenses. Now here the amount of COGS they have given, cost of goods sold is 1,10,000. Next we need to find out what operating expenses. Okay, so write in the next line, operating expenses is equal to, now here COGS is how much? COGS is 1,10,000. Okay, 1,10,000. We need to find out what operating expenses. Okay, so next line, right? Operating expenses is equal to which are operating expenses? Now we have taken net sales, COGS is over administrative expenses. Okay, plus selling expenses, okay, plus now which all other expenses are there? Now tell me, interest on debenture will not come. Why? Because it is non-operating expenses. Same case with income tax. Okay, same is the case with income tax, because income tax also is non-operating expenses. Okay, so how much? Okay, now put this put value here by which we will get the total amount of operating expenses. So right, operating expenses is equal to administrative expenses, how much? 20,000. Okay, plus selling expenses, how much? 10,000. Okay, so the total, how much? Total operating expenses, it is 30,000. Okay, 30,000. So next line, operating cost is equal to how much? COGS is कितना है? COGS is 1,10,000. Okay, so 1,10,000 plus operating expenses 30,000, which is equal to 1,40,000, which is equal to how much? 1,40,000, and net sales is given in the problem. Okay, now do one thing, put these values into the formula. Okay, so write next line, therefore. Okay, so next line right here, operating cost ratio is equal to, what is the amount of net sales? Operating cost how much? Operating cost is 1,40,000. Okay, 1,40,000. $1,40,000. And what about net sales? It is 15 lakh. Okay, it is given in the problem. Here you can check. Sorry, not 15 lakh, it is 2 lakh. It is 2 lakh. Okay, so 1,40,000 divided by 2 lakh into 100 is equal to how much? 1,40,000 divided by 2 lakh into 100 is 70%. Okay, how much? 70%. So the operating cost ratio how much? 70%, which is very high. If the ratio is high, it indicates that firm is inefficient in managing their activities. Okay, so to check the efficiency level, we calculate the operating cost ratio. That is like what is the total amount of the operating cost, that is component of cost in the sales, we will get to know with the help of operating cost ratio. Okay, so these are the profitability ratios which we will be studying in this third unit of management accounting as per our syllabus. Okay, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio and operating cost ratio. So this is these three ratios will be as per our syllabus, RCU syllabus. But other than these three ratios, there are many other ratios we will be discussing, but as I said, those ratio will not be as per our syllabus. Okay, so the next one is fourth one, operating profit ratio. Okay, so the fourth profitability ratio is operating profit ratio. These ratios we are studying, by which we will understand the entire profitability ratio classification. And like suppose if there is any question on these four ratio, even you people will be able to answer. Okay, so operating profit ratio is equal to, what is the formula? Operating profit divided by net sales. Okay, operating profit is also called as EBIT. EBIT in the sense earning before interest and tax. So EBIT divided by net sales into 100 is operating profit ratio. Now what is this operating profit ratio? Operating profit ratio indicates operating efficiency of the business. Okay, so what is the operating efficiency of the business? We'll get to know with the help of operating profit ratio. Then next we have return on capital employed. Return on capital employed, this ratio indicates the operating profits earned on capital invested in the business. That is, whatever amount of capital invested in the business, so in relation to that, how much profit the firm has earned. Okay, so the relationship between operating profit to net sales is what? Operating profit to capital employed. Okay, capital employed. Formula is operating profit or EBIT divided by capital employed into 100. Okay, so this is the formula of return on capital employed or ROI. Okay, return on investment. Here we'll write in bracket if you want. Return on investment ratio or return on capital employed, both are same, ROI. Okay, and the last one is earnings per share. Okay, that is EPS. The overall profitability of a firm can also be determined by calculating earnings per share. Okay, this ratio will help us to understand what is the profit earned by per share. Okay, and the formula to calculate EPS is profits available for equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares. That is, after net profit, net profit after tax and dividend, whatever profit will be remaining, that profit is nothing but profit available to equity shareholders. Okay, so the profit available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares, we will get what? Earning per shares. Okay, so these are the profitability ratios. I hope you all understood the profitability ratios and how to calculate gross profit ratio, net profit ratio and operating cost ratio. Okay, in the next class we will be solving one combined problem on profitability ratios. Okay, thank you.